Hello and welcome to the Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Twitch stream of on Adventure Highway of Sleuths in Ysgard. My name is Blake Komar, and I am the Dungeon Master for this evening's game. Welcome and thank you all for watching and being a part of our stream. We're so happy to have you here. Just to throw it out there, I'd like to thank Jess. I'd like to thank Kevin. I'd like to thank Daniel. I'd like to thank Tony. I'd like to thank Steven. And if I would also like to thank Robert for your support, your suggestions, and throwing stuff our way. We're always happy to have it and hear it. And you're going to keep hearing names. This list may get as long as the game if we get our way with things. This list will be longer than our game, which would be a blessing for all of us to have. So I'd like to thank you all for your support, your comments, and your suggestions on the stream. We listen, we hear them, and we're so happy to have them. And next, after I stop talking for a second, we get into our first player. Just to my, if you're looking at the screen, it would be to my right. We've got Sarah. Tell us a little about your character.
Hi, my name's Sarah Massa, and I play Carlotta Tealeaf, also known as Carl. She's a halfling gunslinger, and we're going on an adventure with to see a bunch of wolves today. So we'll see how that goes.
It's exciting, yeah. It's whether you want wolves or not, they're there, and things can get hairy. Putting that out there, things can get hairy.
That was a terrible dad joke.
Yeah, I know. Big dad energy over here. Kyle, if you can tell us about your character.
All right. My name is Kyle. I play Brogan Naked Eye, the every realm's greatest PI, as well as apparently poor decision maker, because we literally figured everything out last week, and I was like, let's fight the dragon anyway. This will be a good time. But between that and my fun drinking, not an alcoholic, it's fine. Everything goes great.
I love it. Definitely contribute to success as what the world, every world's best PI. Nick, why don't you tell us about your character?
My name is Nick. I play the barbarian Steve Froman, former deli manager, kind of an average guy. Gives off a lot of white New Balance energy, like Blake's joke just did, on a pretty regular basis. Just trying to survive in this world with this group, doing his best.
He's a very large part of the party.
Yes, by body weight, he is more than his share, for sure.
By the way, the more you call me out on bad dad puns, the
more they come. I love it. I love it.
Smothered in them.
That's fun.
And Brittany, why don't you tell us about your character?
Hi, I'm Brittany Reckma. I play the Bowsmith Artificer Zari, who's, I guess, the mom of the group. She's more of making sure the group survives to see the next day. That's about it. Not really guiding them anything past any other point.
The mom/referee, I think.
That's all parenting is. You're doing great.
Yeah. If most of the kids live to a certain,
that's right.
At least adulthood, you're fine.
That's all Eugene's mom did.
Well.
Yeah.
No.
That starts us off today with our party in Ysgard, having seen dragons fighting fire giants. After stealing the fire giant shield, you had gotten to the valley in which Jörgmundur's dragons had been put upon top of the mountain. They had been living there, and hundreds of dragons had been guarding Jörgmundur, the 200-foot long sky serpent. And you noticed that the fire giants had gone into the valley, 60,000 of them, I think it was, to attack these hundreds of dragons, in which a battle ensued. You had seen the scale of Jörgmundur on the fire giant berserker's shield, and Zari was able to retrieve it and successfully steal it, in which the next thing that happened was Brogan Naked Eye clearly Leroy Jenkins his way in to a fight and brought the party with him as he ran downhill, waving his arms and screaming. We're able to defeat the dragon to find your new friends. Now, your new ex-slaves that now work for you and are not paid. So tell me how that works. We're now standing up atop of the hill, letting you all notice now at this point that over this hill, as you look far into the distance, as night has now fallen, and Carlotta Tea Leaf has lost her pure Jersey Shore energy. It no longer smelled like Malibu rum and sunscreen. You noticed as the wind blew that away, and she looked like the cowgirl that she is, you saw in the distance a pack of wolves running at your position. It would seem that Fenrir, the god, has now marching his armies into battle. And as Neon, the black hair man who has striking resemblance to Keanu Reeves, pokes his head out from what would be a veil and says, "Whoa, that is where we start today."
I'm gonna look at Neon and the Seeing Stone and say they're not slaves; they are volunteers, and they choose to be here. We are a very inclusive group, and I will not take no for an answer.
And there's a lot of benefits, really, to being with us. Like, there's a big argument to be made to be with us rather than the slave of Fire Giant.
Life experience, for one. I mean, come on.
Witty repartee, like being number one.
The cooking.
Carl's
By a
still howling
horse.
at the wind.
What was that?
Carl's still howling at the wind.
Oh, double pistol G. Stop howling at the wind. We don't want the wolf coming at us.
Oh, God.
Makes me feel like I'm 63 again.
As you're seeing
I
wolves
know.
barreling in on your position, you hear "whoa" as it was almost like a door opens up into the area you had seen before, the place you had been before when you were under attack by the ghouls. It seems that he is opening you up a safe place.
So
Awesome.
I'm going to run for that place for sure.
Very cool. And as he holds the door open, he holds one hand out like he has something in it, but clearly there's nothing in it as he guides you into this tear in space and time.
That sounds incredible. I hope Siegel is with him. I do miss Steven.
Do you run in?
Oh, hard yes.
As you run in, hard yes, you realize it seems like the place is a little more cluttered than the last time you had left it. And as soon as you run in the door, the first thing you don't notice is that the couch has moved closer to the door, which bangs into your shins. And who is laying on this couch reading People magazine? Steven Seagal. Ponytail, fully greased, staring at you all. Dagger bandolier across his chest. It looks like his leg has had time to heal.
My man.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him like the familiar guy nod, and as I walk in, I'm just admiring the tight ponytail.
So tight.
Yeah, it's
as
Not a
he walks
single
over,
hair out of place.
and he says, "You'll be safe in here. Time happens differently. Time is longer here. We may wait the battle out and watch it." As you look around, you see that there are still the screens around, and half the screens are tuned into you guys, of course, while these sending stones are still flying around you. And as you watch, you're still on Sending Stone Media at the time. And Steven Seagal walks over to Neon and puts his arm around him, almost in a way that you didn't expect to happen. And he said, "Time happens differently in here. By the way, did we tell you? We got engaged."
we all saw that coming. We all saw it.
Congratulations.
Yeah, just
Well, thank you. And
The
Neon
gold
says, "Yeah, I didn't see it coming either. It's just we were here for a while and we hadn't gotten word, and one thing led to
I'm gonna look at Neon and say, blink twice if you're in trouble.
He just stares at you blankly.
Okay, that's all I needed to
give a
see.
perception or an insight, actually, into if there's anything going on in there.
Okay, I will.
Anything going on?
No,
Well, that's a loaded
I
question.
rolled a critical failure and am blessing this marriage regardless of what happens.
Regardless of who the hostage is.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care if he shows up tied up at the wedding. I'm convinced that this is.
I'm gonna pull out a dart and look at everyone and be like, "Are there any rats here?"
He says, "No rats. We've actually been tidying up the place. It's and you look around and it does not look any better than it did. It probably looks like
I'm gonna keep the dart right here at the high ready, and I'm like, you know what? I'm good with this. I'm okay with being a rat hater. That's all right.
Well, he's like, well, this is a call for celebration, having our friends back. Here, let me pour us some champagne. We'll get things to, we'll all go to the one big couch we have in the back and sit down together. If we can talk, we can watch what's going on out there in the battle, and just
Let's go to the one big couch.
I'm gonna look at Zari and say, didn't we need
can look
something
up.
from that wolf?
Yeah, it's Jewel, the Jewel Fenrir.
Great.
Yeah, we might go back out. It's fine. We'll figure it out. It's
Okay,
fine.
no, great. I just wanted to clear it up, make sure
Can
I
we grab
understood.
the horses and slaves?
I mean, we walked through the doorway. If they didn't
Yeah,
come
they
with us,
followed.
that's their bad.
I mean, you see behind
Okay.
you, Tall, which is the dwarf that has the shirt on, that where he's sharing his shirt with Skinny, or Tall and Short. Skinny, or Tall the dwarf and Skinny the elf, are
Short
sharing
too.
still the one burnt shirt. As they do have their breechcloths on, with still half a shirt wrapped around as it had been scorched from the fire that one of them
Great.
tried to light the
I'm
last
gonna
game.
I'm gonna look
Would
at
you like?
Steve
Yeah.
and Neon and be like, do you guys have like an extra pair of pants or two? That would be phenomenal.
It'd be great.
Neon
Because then we
pulls
would
out a
follow
pair.
We need
rule
a carrot.
one.
As a matter of fact, do you want a pre-wedding gift? These two. And I
Oh,
point to
that
Tall
I
and
was
Short.
just going there. I'm glad you beat me to it.
They're wonderful volunteers.
Yes, wonderful.
They do
Grant
whatever
me,
they do
grant
whatever
all
they're
orders.
voluntold to do.
Neon
And
says,
definitely not slaves.
my sister one time was staying with me once. I think she left some of her clothes here. I don't have much else. Her name, yeah, once Duality left, I think I think she left some clothes. I think if you guys, they might fit you both. Well, looks at both of them and says they might fit you in different ways. You can go in the back and check her clothing, and see what's up. They're in the dresser on the other side of the one big couch. And the both of them look over at you guys and say, "Can we go look at new clothing?"
Guys,
Yeah, no, you
guys,
should.
part of being a volunteer is that you do get to make some of your own choices. Yes, you may go
Oh
look.
boy, thank you for letting us make our own choices. And I'm glad we're allowed to go into the back.
I hope this is like a house elf situation where they get pants and they just leave.
Yeah,
Well, they're
straight up,
gonna be
we
and
gave
still
you a
have left.
sock, go away.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Sure.
How big is the big couch?
We're talking like about 10 feet long by 3 feet wide in the seat. So it's like 3 feet back in the seat by 10 feet
Jesus.
long.
Oh, it's a sectional. Ooh.
Bed, isn't it?
What's that?
I said that's just a bed, isn't it?
It's essentially a bed, but it's got a backing of a couch. Like, it's one of those comedically large couches, but you're only still able to fit 4 or 5 people on it. You know what I
Looks
mean?
at my own couch.
Yeah. And as they go in the back, a minute later, as you guys are inspecting this couch, you see them come out from behind the couch, both wearing what would be sweatpants. And they say, "Hey, you all sit. I'm gonna come out and get you guys some food. I saw his kitchenette on the other side, and it seems that they've been redecorating back there. So just sit on down, and maybe we can watch what's happening with the wolves."
As much as I would rather cook and work on my new passion, you know what? I'm gonna plop right down, take that champagne glass, kick my scaly feet up, and be like, you know what? We've earned a break. We've been working real hard, and I'm gonna grab the remote and flick the TV over and just sit back and relax.
Start pulling some belly button lint out of
Fantastic.
here.
And as you
Oh
do,
yeah,
your
we're
feet
going
go
full
up.
dad bod moves.
Give me a perception, Brogan, as you're sitting down and what you're seeing.
Carl needs help getting on the couch because it's way too long and big.
As you're climbing up.
Zari picks up Carl.
Yeah.
Puts her
So
on.
Carl,
Thank you,
also give me a
darling.
perception. And Zari also, as you're starting to pick up Carl, because you guys are now in the couch area. And Steve, do you just walk over and plop down?
Yeah, I'm not gonna plop down. I'm worried about this couch and Steven Seagull and everybody else, but I am gonna be couch adjacent for right now.
I will be sitting on the floor in front of the couch.
Yeah, I'm getting a
Well,
bad
if there's something
feeling.
to see, Carl sees it for sure.
Oh yeah, Carl.
Oh,
First
yeah.
thing you notice it first, and it's strange in your eye to see. And then Brogan notices it second. Brogan, you're just sitting there sipping champagne. You're watching literally dragons attack fire giants on a screen in front of you. It's like an epic battle going on. And the next thing you notice is what would be pink sweatpants walk by with the word juicy on the aspen as it just walks by the side of your head. And then you see a tall elf now walk by with pink sweatpants that also say juicy on the butt. And they are now going by, and both Carl and Brogan have now seen this, as awkward as it
Juicy
feels.
boys.
Yeah, as they are.
Yeah, they're gonna be the Juicy Boys now. We're changing their name.
Aggravating, and that just makes me so miserable to call them the Juicy Boy.
Yeah, that's just terrible. That's worse than anything I thought of for this.
I'm gonna ask him if he has any more of those sweatpants.
Yeah.
Oh no.
No, those were my sisters. Duality. She was I mean, she's cool, you know.
Does she have any more of those?
No,
Like,
she's
is there
back in
another pair?
Waterdeep. The rest of her pants are just leather. Those were her lounge
Ugh.
pants.
I was gonna. Argyle was gonna get a pair of juicy
Wow,
pants.
so the options were Juicy or
Argyle
Leather.
gets the
You know
leather
what?
ones.
We'll go with Juicy Boys. We'll take
Yeah,
that.
not the leather boys.
Yeah.
I really didn't want to get into that with the new
It's a whole
engagement.
different
You know
area
what?
we
We're
don't need to go to.
hard pass.
Yeah, it's no further on the leather path.
It's just like, we don't know that they're actual leather pants either. It could have been like a full-on like BDSM outfit back there.
I was thinking like assless chaps, like straight up motorcycle pants with butt hanging out.
I just picture them coming out and just being like, look. And then they turn around and just ass.
Something is very good about the visual of a dwarf in assless chaps.
Because they're just so proud. They're like,
They're
look at our
just
new pants.
They're
Like,
just
like
a little too
wiggling.
big. Oh Lord.
We haven't had clothes since we lived in Waterdeep, and you see they put on the matching track jackets that say "Juicy" on the back, like where the tramp
Nice.
stamp would be.
That's what I'm
Juicy
talking
boys.
about.
Very
Juicy
true.
boys.
Yep. And they're making some food for you guys as you are watching this battle ensue in front of you. Steven and Neon come in and say, we haven't heard much from the main office about Waterdeep. Have you guys heard anything?
No, nothing.
They
No,
actually
don't-
Nothing
don't
says we met
contact
you
us.
guys.
Yeah.
Whew. All right. Well, if we hear anything, we'll let you know. That's why we kind of sought you out. We didn't know what was going on. And the next thing we saw is you were about to get eaten by wolves, apparently. I mean, there was a lot of them and a little bit of you guys. And I mean, you picked up some friends along the way, and you look at the horses and look at the elves.
Yeah, the Juicy Boys, you know?
Yeah, they're
Yep.
built.
I really want that name to stick. Please keep reinforcing it, guys.
They're built for fighting.
I really hate that.
They're not really built for much, actually. Fighting.
They're
is
built
not
for
on the
being
list.
juicy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's-
for juice.
So, all right, the Juicy Boys. Yeah, that's what they are. Anyway, so you guys are welcome to take a long rest, chill out, take a nap here, wait for that battle to die down, and then figure out a strategy if you want to go grab the drool of that giant wolf that's probably going to eat at least one of you.
Oh, I'm glad you just clarified because I could have swore it was some jewel that we needed to get. So it's drool that we need from this guy.
Yeah, it's just the mouth juice. Like, just
That's fair.
You just need a
Oh,
vial. And, I
drool.
mean, I think Zari probably has a vial, and if not, I can get you a vial.
What
I
are the
mean, so-
chances we just make it real happy and make some really nice food and then it drools for us?
It
Huh?
could.
Anyone?
I mean, whoa, I never thought of that.
That
We
might
do
be a
not
plan.
have a vial. We need a vial.
Well,
We'll make it really good.
Do I have
food.
a vial? I need to look
You're
through
doing a
my
lot.
stuff. I'm gonna start going through. I'm gonna start going through
actually
my.
going through your backpack.
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
just-
I'm a
I
little,
just-
I'm
It
going
just
through
it just
my
occurred to
stuff.
Steve that he has not opened up his backpack in the last 3 months of this journey. So maybe have a
Yeah.
quick look, see what's in there.
You know what else you might find in there, Steve? And this is, no hate, no judgment, but
Yeah. Pants?
you are
No.
you are allowed to change out the underwear that you're currently wearing.
These are my lucky underwear, and if you could not bring it up again, I'd appreciate it.
You know what? I'm just gonna very, very
Look,
discreetly.
you can't even
scoot
get
away
you can't
from him
even
on the
get
couch.
whitey tighties like these anymore. All right, everything is boxer briefs.
I
They
believe
don't
it.
make.
Custom stained is hard to find.
Custom stain. Yeah,
Jesus.
I think the Rorschach is a bunny. Anyway, as as you guys,
That
I have a
plays me
cup,
well.
so I 100% have a cup. We can keep the drool in a cup.
awesome,
It's in my mess kit, which I just
it a red
discovered that I
Solo
have
cup?
right now.
awesome.
Yeah, it's like a red. I'm assuming it's Steve, so yes, it's actually just a red Solo cup.
So Steve has a red solo cup.
I
And that means you are
do.
ready.
I produced it out of my freshly opened backpack, which has never been opened until
You
now.
hear
I got all kinds of good stuff in here. Steve is just gonna marvel for a little bit at all the stuff in his backpack as he's pulling it out.
It's like, holy shit,
he
Tom.
lays it out like a
There's a
gear
javelin
inspection.
in here for some
Look at
reason. I've
this.
got traveler's clothes, which I'm promptly giving away.
No, the Juicy Boys
No,
will
it
stay
was in your
juicy.
backpack.
Listen, no, Steve packed hastily for this trip, and I don't know why you'd expect any other. I mean, I got all kinds of stuff. I've got an explorer's pack.
It was
It doesn't-
literally
it doesn't
just one
open
day
there
at
too,
work,
right?
and now you're all of a sudden, yeah.
It's true.
It was gonna be
We
one
were
day at
going to
work.
the gym the last I heard.
Yeah, investigating drug charges at the gym, and all of a sudden, Waterdeep is
man.
under attack, and you are getting
Now I'm
sent
thinking
to a
about
dimension.
Bronco.
Yeah, you miss him, man. You miss him. As the Juicy Boys
Carl's
put
just
food down
gonna
in
give
front
Bronco the whole champagne bottle.
of you, you pour it out.
Now he's sad. Just give it to him just so we can be like,
You
Yeah.
pour one out for the homies.
Yeah, exactly. To where it counts. You hear inside your helmet echoing. That's Steve. Steve.
Yeah, I'm gonna like I'm on Bluetooth. I'm gonna tap the side of my helmet. Yeah, come in. I got you.
Steve, it's Odin.
Hey, what's going on, Odin? Good
Steve,
to hear
it's
from
Odin. Can you hear me?
you. Yeah. No, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Yeah.
You can hear me. Fantastic,
Two old
Steve. Good,
guys
good to
trying to
hear your
talk.
voice.
Yeah, Steve is talking too loud, like every old man into a cell phone ever. Ah, hello.
Why is your entire conversation on speaker FaceTime
Yeah,
in this
exactly.
public area? Nobody
He
wants
had
to
to
hear
go
that.
because I kept texting in all caps and he couldn't handle it anymore.
And he's Steve. So it's so good to catch up with you again.
Yeah, no, it's great. Yeah.
So it would seem Neon and Steven are getting married. Mazel tov. Send my regards, please.
I'll absolutely do that. Yeah.
Fantastic. I really support everything they're going to do in their future. I couldn't think of two better guys.
I've never seen a better pair in my life, according to my perception roll.
Oh.
Are you watching our show, Odin?
Well, and he looks over at you, or he doesn't look over. He doesn't see you. It's just a voice in your helmet, and he's like, "So,
That's true.
Steve, it seems that Neon and Steven are going to, they're going to try and put you back into the wolf fight, and ever since I've been dead, I haven't been able to do much in the realm of the living. But
it's been apparent. Yep.
I talked to a few friends at the cafeteria line, and I was able to get extra cornbread.
Oh, that's excellent. I love cornbread.
Also, I was able to pull a favor. The favor I was able to pull was when they're going to let you out, I'm going to be able to let you out onto the back of the beast.
Oh, that sounds terrifying. Great.
Steve, I'm putting you in a position to succeed here.
Yeah, no, you're putting me in some sort of position, and I appreciate that.
I'm giving you the tools you need to do the job in a position of success. It's a challenge.
Steve.
I
get called a tool a lot, so I believe you.
You're missing
Since we can
the
all
point
hear
of my
this because they're
leadership,
old
Steve.
man screaming,
Yeah,
I'm gonna hear. They're all old man screaming. I'm gonna hear that and be like, ah, yes, the second most dangerous place to be besides in front of its face. You're a real gentleman, Odin. Thank you.
Take the helmet off his head and talk into it.
I'm fighting to keep it on.
What you're doing is stupid.
Yeah.
So you think we could get the drool from its back? Is that what you're saying?
No, you can't get it from its back, Steve. That would be silly. I just wanted to put you into a position for success.
I'm riding around 100-foot tall wolf is like all new to me, so I apologize if it does seem like a silly idea.
No, I don't blame you for being skeptical, Steve. You're not thinking four-dimensionally.
Four-dimensionally, right?
Yes, I'm in another dimension right now, a fourth one.
A fourth one,
not yours or the material plane. It's not time either. They got that wrong also.
Do you have any tips about this wolf that you know that might be useful?
When he was a puppy, he liked to be scratched behind the ears.
All right, I'll mark that down. That seems like
I'm gonna do that. You guys think I'm joking? I will.
Let me see. What would be a interesting tip for this?
Does he like seal?
Yeah, to eat, not the song.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
I'm talking about the Grammy award winning singer, by the way, not the
No,
meat.
he's not a fan
Oh,
of
okay.
seal.
All right.
Which means
Good to
he
know.
is an evil wolf. But yes, I think this will put you in a position of success because, well, it's very easy to eat you when you're on the ground, surrounded by wolves and a 100-foot tall wolf.
Yeah, no, putting us on his back, that makes it inconvenient for him, and I appreciate that.
That's very inconvenient for him. You know he's my
Yeah.
nephew, by the way.
He's your nephew.
Well, he's my brother's son.
Okay, that's fair. I get it.
But
I
I
just
don't
didn't
care.
see a lot of.
nephew.
I didn't see a lot of resemblance. You can understand the confusion.
But if you do get to see him, do tell him
Yeah.
I said hello.
I will. Yeah.
And
I
also,
mean, we're about to be dropped on his back, so it should be easy.
I'm excited
fantastic.
about all of this.
Well, and
I was
also
gonna ask this-
again, Steve, before I go, I'm about to check out in line. But
Yeah.
one thing I need to tell you, make sure you let Steven and Neon know I send my regards and best wishes for their nuptials.
100% I will. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you,
All right,
Steve,
all right.
and good
Yeah,
luck. When it comes time to landing on their back or exiting, I will make sure you exit to their back with your party. And I wish you the best, Steve. I'll talk to you soon.
I'm excited. I'm excited for this opportunity. You make sure that you have a good lunch, okay?
Sounds good, Steve. And you just hear an
All
echo in the background of the helmet. I want one more cornbread.
I'm hitting the end call button on the side of the helmet.
As he's yelling out.
I'm like
orders.
the volume goes up, then the volume goes down, then it's on speakerphone for a second, and then it finally shuts off.
As it shuts off.
Yes. Our daily old man yelling. We
So
wouldn't be a
I'm going to
community
turn around to
party
these
without
guys and I'm going to say, so have I got some news for you? Before I forget, I'm going to look over at Neon and Steven and say, Odin wishes you all the best. He thinks this is a fantastic idea. Can't wait to see how many kung fu moves your children know.
Oh, fantastic. Well, I will make sure to send him an invite to the wedding.
Yeah, great. I don't know how you get one to the afterlife, but I think that's a great idea.
We
Anyway,
all heard. We all heard.
I'm gonna turn around to these guys and say, so apparently we're getting dropped off on this wolf's back.
Yeah, we heard.
What?
You were on speakerphone.
Yeah, oh, that's fair.
You guys old man yelled that whole conversation.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We witnessed the entire thing of you two not understanding technology or magic.
I mean, listen, I don't
It's
know
like I
what you
was
guys
there.
want from me. Give me a deli slicer and I know my way around it. All right, I'm not good with interdimensional helmet phones. I apologize.
Hey, Juicy Boys, is the food ready? As I'm like kicking back and
Yes, Master Brogan. Everything's ready. We're sorry it took so long. Here, we'll be right over. As they run over with ribs of a nondescript animal, close to being pork, it looks like. And
I'm very excited.
Whoa, what does that mean?
well, you don't know what
uncertainly
animal.
listened to
You don't know
the
what meat they had in the fridge, but they were able to whip up ribs.
Don't care. Eating it.
Yeah.
Very excited.
They know what's up, how to make food on a slave's budget and make it taste good.
Falling on a budget, baby.
I have a budget.
One of these days we're gonna look over it and Slignir's gonna be missing a leg.
Ari's going to eat her rations because she's vegetarian.
Love it.
After everyone kept eating weird stuff, she's like, I'm vegetarian.
My delicious food that I made. Hurtful.
Eat your fireweed, and it made her sick.
I have while I was going through my bag, I discovered that I also have jerky and dried fruit, and I will give you the dried fruit out of my bag that's been in there for a while. Steve obviously is not going to eat it. Steve is not going to eat it.
It's beyond dried fruit now. It's like twice dried fruit.
Yeah, it's desiccated.
Dusty
It's
fruit?
desiccated fruit now. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's powdered apricot. Have fun.
As
Ooh.
some of the ribs get put inside a little bowl for the baby Eugene, and slid on the floor right at your feet, Carl, which is like your feet are about 3 feet now above where the bowl is, of course, because if you're sitting on the couch, your feet are now dangling slightly.
Yep, they're just doing this. That seems to be everything when she's on a couch. It's just too big. It's too big for her.
And
Like Carl's just eating a rib like a corn on the cob.
bigger than your
And I
head.
I don't know what big it is, but it's probably like this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bigger
for
than
sure.
her head, definitely.
So it's like the typewriter across, and then you're like, ding,
Yeah.
and you roll it.
As Steven looks over at AAA and says, I don't know what he eats, but holds out a handful of nuts and bolts right in front of AAA. Like it's like dog chow in his hand.
888 will eat them. They're his treats. He does good.
They're like dog treats, his like nuts and bolts.
Yeah. Dog treats, nuts and bolts.
And you say he's like a German Shepherd?
German Shepherd, yeah. So he's excited. He grabs them all in his mouth and goes to a different part of the room because this is what my dogs do. Drops it and just starts chewing.
As he walks over with puffy cheeks full of nuts and bolts and walks over and drops them on the other side of the room and starts chewing, you hear the grinding of metal. And Steven and Neon say, well, get some sleep. When I see things starting to die down slightly, but enough to cause a distraction, me and Steven will get you in there.
We're excited about it.
Well, get
Are
some
you
sleep.
guys gonna like help or just?
Well, we don't know. And Steven says, Neon, I have to. And Neon's like, no, you promised. These days were done. This was over. You weren't going to do this anymore.
You caused a rift between these two.
Look, first of all, Steve,
I'm shooting
down.
daggers with my eyes right now.
No. Both the Steves, calm down. Look, Mr. Siegel, if you took an arrow to the knee, you can't be an adventurer anymore. That's how it goes.
It's true.
Really, that's how it goes.
You see the light go out of his eyes, like he was about to be back on the front lines again, but he had promised. You can see, give an insight real quick out of what happened, and you guys have advantage on it.
So somehow his ponytail goes a little limp at this discussion.
Yeah, exactly. Anyone else who rolls, as long as you're beating on an advantage a 12 with a 21, you can tell from Neon's demeanor that Steven probably promised that he was going to stop.
Look, I'm gonna walk over to Steven. I'm gonna throw him some bro-nugs and be like, look, man, you're looking at a lifetime of happiness versus punching people. Now, don't get me wrong, we both love punching people, but I think you're making the right decision.
He's like, a lifetime of punching people or a lifetime of, and he starts weighing out both. Like he's like, almost like you're not. Give me a persuasion, because you could be.
How am I the relationship destroyer in everything? Whether it's between Argyle and Slegnir or this, next thing you know, the Juicy Boys aren't gonna love each other anymore.
And it's always with your best efforts too.
I've been married.
What was that?
Can I help somehow since I've been married? Since I know the dynamic.
Roll perception, not persuasion.
Oh, persuasion. I rolled the wrong
Well, it's the same die. What's your persuasion?
Okay. Oh, I rolled the same too, so it worked out perfect.
So we got Brogan say and Brogan, you had said what you said. It's a 12. It's kind of like midway. Steven's kind of like he wants to grab at his daggers, but he doesn't know yet if it's the right thing to do. And Carl, with your 16, what do you say to him that seals the deal, that he puts the dagger down and picks up the hand of his lover?
Carl's gonna stand up on the couch, go all the way over to the edge, stand up on that arm of the couch so she's eye to eye with Steven. And she's gonna put a hand on his shoulder and be like, I was married before too, to an amazing woman. And I understand that feeling of wanting to go and adventure with the world. But the one time I left home without her, I never saw her again. So you need to be with the ones you love. And then she pats him on the shoulder and hops down from the couch and goes back over down on the couch.
Oh, my heart.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, everyone's kind of have his little sob going. He's looking off stoically, 1,000-yard stare.
I'm cuddling at Eugene a little bit, and he's trying to get out of my arms.
Aww. As he's now chewing on your hair, literally, like trying to swallow it. As Steven looks back and says, I had a love before, and I lost it to a group of terrorists, and I had to go killing every one of them. But now, I found love again.
Neon knows what that's like too, so I think you guys are both in a better place.
You should ask him about the school bus sometime. It's terrifying.
He says, yeah, one time, Steven, I told you, I lost my dog. That was tough.
Oh, you don't do that.
Looks over at AAA, and you see a tear in Neon's eye.
That's how we feel about all of our pets, except for the Juicy Boys.
Kitchen and say, you guys are welcome to spend the night. Whenever you wake, whenever you're ready, we'll send you out into the battlefield to claim your prize and save the realms.
That sounds great.
Do a dramatic take to the Sending Stone Media Stones.
I literally just house my ribs, crush the rest of the champagne, and roll over on the couch. I'm good.
Have a champagne nap real quick. A good sleep.
Oh, God. We have been getting our asses kicked for weeks. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take the couch and the food. I'm all set.
I'm gonna go snuggle
I'm a
with
fancy
Sleipnir.
girl.
As you go to snuggle with Sleipnir,
Yeah.
as Sleipnir, like how are you like how close? What's your sleep attire at the moment?
I'm just wearing my regular clothes.
Okay.
So
Cool.
I'm gonna try to make myself the big spoon, but he's a gigantic horse, obviously.
Yeah.
I
So-
told you to change the whitey tighties. Don't cuddle him with your custom.
I'm gonna you
shenanigans.
start talking to me, and I'm just pointing at you and giving you the daggers again.
Sleipnir is laying there, and as soon as you lay down, within probably a minute and a half, and he says, you hear the sigh come out, the deep, deep, deep angry sigh, deep, 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 deep disappointed sigh, and he says, Steve, I can't believe I'm saying this, but can you go cut your toenails and then get back into bed?
No, I can't. I'm sorry. I'm gonna give him a little scritchy with them.
Scritchy. You just feel him shiver, like just the shiver of disgust in his life. Like, how do all of your horses end up suicidal? We don't know.
It's hard telling.
For real, you blamed me, and look at the weird shit you do.
Listen, I'm giving it back, Scritchies. You be quiet.
You know what? You
just
laid
wake up in the
on top of
morning,
one
it's
of
like you're
them
just one big toe.
Yeah.
and grease-covered whitey tighties, and that's what did Argyle, and it was not me. And now with him, you're giving Sleipnir toe scratches. Your disgusting toenails.
You know what? You've turned Argyle into a killer who has threatened Sleipnir since then.
I have talent.
All I do is break
and
their
I
will.
have
You
better
turn them into
toenails than you.
psychopaths.
You know what? It's fine, Steve. You're still my best friend. Don't worry about it. I'm going to sleep. And I grab what's left of a juicy jacket and I throw it over myself. I'm like, I'm done with this.
And as you look about 4 feet away from you, you see that the two slaves are now kind of they're cleaning up the table and getting things put away. And as you look on the screen next to the TV, up on the side, you see that it's almost like a black and white World War I style film that's been remastered, except it's the battle between the wolves, the dragons, and the fire giants all on a projector. Yeah. And it's being projected onto the wall through a sending stone. Carl or Brazari, what do you guys do as they start to fall asleep?
I would like
You can
to
go
pull
first.
a prank on them.
You what?
I would like to pull a prank on them
What
with
kind of
my
prank are we
magical
thinking?
tinkering. I was thinking sneak up on Steve and put I love veggies on his shirt with my magical tinkering.
I think
As a deli
giant
manager,
heart.
Steve will be mortified. Please
Not a
do this.
prank. It's just a betrayal.
I love it.
It's so
And then-
wonderful.
Do it. It makes me so happy.
And then on Brogan, I was thinking just sneak up on him, grab one of his staffs that he has, and make the magical tinker the gem on it to smell like I had it in my head to smell like the gem.
The gym?
Yeah, the gem.
Just
the gym.
pure
All right.
sweat and testosterone. Oh, I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Give me a stealth.
Stealth? Okay. This
Don't forget to say
terribly.
sneak, sneak, sneak. It's the
Yeah,
only way
as
to
you're
really
as you're
beat
stealthing
you.
around.
No. Sneak.
What's your passive perceptions, both Steve and Brogan?
Can I get the help action somehow?
Yeah.
What?
You can help action.
What?
Sorry,
Passive
What is
perception.
I think
They're against
you
us.
beat your passive.
Carl goes
How do I see my passive?
every
Is
time
that-
she
Yeah.
sneaks around, so it covers her sound.
On the character sheet, it would be on the left side of the
my-
character sheet underneath
My
your.
passive's only a 10.
Yeah. And so, Carl, what was that you do that that helps Zari?
So she's lying on the couch with Eugene, and so every time she like sees Zari doing this, and she thinks it's so funny, so that every time Zari moves, she goes, "Yeah," and like super loud, like she's getting ready for sleep, but isn't asleep yet. So that no one hears Zari.
You hear it just sneak moving around. As Steve Garrett's "I love veggies" written on the back. Is it the back of it? It's like almost like the back, like on the back of his shirt, kind of a thing.
Yeah, back of his shirt.
And Brogan's staff will smell like the gym, and we will figure out what that means in a little bit. Because I think that's gonna do something fantastic, and helpful, almost possibly helpful. Could be
Possibly.
detrimental.
I can't believe tall and short said nothing. Betrayal.
They have said nothing. Zari and Carl are their masters too. So it's like
No. They are volunteers. Nobody is a master.
yeah,
We are a
yeah.
team, and they are volunteers on the team.
That's true.
It's like tryouts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
I'll never
believe it
be
either.
on the
It's fine. It's
team.
fine. I'm
Trigger
trying.
feels.
You're trying, and I'm gaslighting, but um, as you guys are finally able to get to sleep for a very well earned sleep in a very long time. It's got to be about a good sleep in for 2 days because they're saying you're able to sleep as much as you want, which is like a good 10 hours kind of thing. You guys are able to wake up in the morning and you see that the Juicy Boys are making eggs and bacon for everyone.
I would like to recover my hit dice and key points, please.
Everything. Everyone gets to recover everything they got going on.
Wonderful.
I wake up and I mumble family and just make sure the light is lit up correctly on my axe.
Neons start going. It starts changing purple, red, green. Like
I'm gonna wake up and start crying because I smell the gym and I immediately think of Bronco. So the only thing that's going on in my head is I wake up and I'm like, Bronco. Ah! And I kind of like lean into my pillow and I sob quietly to myself and I hope nobody sees. I'm just like,
All hands in the champagne bottle again.
Yeah, as you pour the champagne bottle out.
Perfect. I take a slug and I pour some on the floor. Now there's like a actual decent size of like champagne puddle on the floor. And I'm like, I'm sorry, guys. I'm just pouring one out for the homies.
As Neon reaches his head around and says, "Is someone sobbing? Do they need a hug?"
Please don't.
And it's like, okay, but
I
I
just
have
point
eggs
at
too.
Brogan.
Eggs are fine. Just don't. Nobody touch me. I'm in a sad place. I'm like awkwardly on my side, like kind of pouring it in my mouth, kind of pouring it down my face, just like.
You see AAA come up and does the dog pressure hug on you.
Like just lays on top of you.
Yeah, the dog pressure hug against your will. It's fun.
I accept this entirely. Everyone else is the worst.
You've got a metal dog on you now. There's a 200-pound metal dog weighing down.
Alcohol.
I know. I'm in a sad place. Let me have this. God. We're already co-parents of Eugene. Do you really got to bust my balls some more? This is terrible.
And
said everyone.
As this
Which
sadness
obviously I'm having a
turns
hard
to
time.
anger, and you start going through the 4 or 5 stages of grief again within minutes, all at once.
Oh yeah.
This
quick.
smell that you're experiencing as you're now going through it and you arrive on acceptance has now given you a D6 of inspiration for the day that you can use.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing because I am struggling right now, and as my bloodshot, scaly eyes run down my obvious male makeup, I am now just aggressively green in color as the dragon, green in everything. You know what? We're going down my boulevard of broken dreams, and it's about to get weird in here. All right?
Love it. As you have a D6 you can add to any dice roll you're making and or saving throw. Ability check, dice roll, any D20 essentially you're rolling. You'll be able to add a D6 if you want to.
As I'm crying and doing that, I'm going to be like, Juicy Boys, make my bacon crispy! Ah!
We got you, Master Brogan. Or volunteer Master Brogan.
Thank you.
They make it up. And they basically, as Steve, you're laying there you still have your arm over the horse.
Yeah.
They set bacon down on a plate right in front of your face, like just as you're sleeping.
Steve like semi wakes up and like his eyes get half lidded and his face reaches over and just grabs a piece of bacon and starts chewing it half asleep.
As you're half asleep chewing it, you find yourself all of a sudden a minute into chewing this, Lady in the Tramping with a baby manticore.
Yeah,
Eye to
that's
eye.
fine. When we get too close, I start growling at him like he's growling at me.
He's
Growls
growling
back.
back.
You and
Tries biting
Eugene
your
growl. It's adorable.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Trying to bite your lip.
I'm like sending Stone Media. Get a picture of this.
Get in.
Do it right now. Do it right
Grabbing
now.
one.
I like grab
Also
one of the
background
stones
during
and like I
this.
stick it right in front of him, and I'm like, make this cute. I want this to live forever.
In post, this got to be cute. As they get closer and closer, and Zari, you having been one who went to bed last, are being woken up as Neon and Steven approach you, trying to get you to wake up, like trying to shake you awake.
Oh, they're shaking me awake?
Yeah.
Oh, Zari's going to panic and just roll over off the couch.
As you panic and roll off the couch, ready for combat, they both get into their fixed positions, ready for combat. Neon in a kung fu style pose, and then you've got Steven Seagal, who takes out 2 daggers and is ready to knife fight. Both of them at the same time say, "Whoa."
Whoa.
Oh, power couple.
Oh my god! Yeah, aggressively
power
a
couple right
power
here.
couple.
Yeah. Woe to the power couple right here. What the heck?
They both start disarming slightly, and they're like, "Okay, you're prepared, Zari. We're glad you're prepared. Everyone's starting to wake up now."
Cool.
Perfect. I look
Time to
over at
go.
the. Oh no! Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, I was just gonna say. I look over at the Juicy Boys, and I'm like, all right, tall and short. Come here, guys. Bring it in. Team huddle. And I'm saying it with like this arm because AAA's laying on this whole side of my body. So I'm like, guys, you have to come here. I can't move. He's quite heavy and wonderful. I am staying here.
Yes, volunteer Master Brogan.
Oh my god, you guys gotta. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. And then like a random nut and bolt falls out of AAA's mouth and hits me in the face, and I'm like, you know what? This is just my typical Monday. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Nothing else is making me sad. And I look at the Juicy Bros and I'm like, look, guys, I think you guys are wonderful, but you can't just go around and dote on us all the time. I need you guys to do something for yourselves. Do you think you're ready?
If you tell us so, yeah.
I missing the point 100%. That arrow is literally in the other direction. Doesn't matter. Okay, so this is what I would like. With Neon's amazing space-tearing ability, you guys can go anywhere where you like. I would like you guys to stay here until you figure out where you want to go and do what you want for yourselves. I think that would be great.
Fantastic. We will.
Now, you saying that and actually doing it are different things. Like how you still call us volunteer master versus master. That doesn't change what you're getting at. So I need you to listen to me, guys. I need you to see what I'm saying here.
Focused up. I need you to focus up.
I'm like aggressively staring at them now. I'm like, I need you to get what I'm getting at, please.
Yeah. We're 100% on board. Build our own lives for ourselves. Got you, volunteer Master Brogan. You want it? It's done.
As I do this and I bridge my nose, with my forefinger and thumb and aggressively push into my skull, hoping it would kill me, I will look at them and say, if you guys actually become your own people, I will make you a promise. With Steve Froman's amazing deli ability and my spicy cooking, we will make you the smorgasbord of your choice, where you won't do anything. You will be waited on and get to enjoy it.
Maybe we could open a bed and breakfast.
Become your own people. Well, if that's what you desire, that's what I'm looking for. I just want your betterment. And then after that, I grab the extra shirt that said "Let's Get Weird" that they used to wear, and I rub my eyes with it because I had an aggressive amount of crying going on last night and this morning. And after that, I will take that shirt and promptly throw it in the trash, and then give a finger guns and to Slegnir. Don't worry, shirt's gone forever.
Yes, very well. And what about him? And then looks over at Steve, who's now just standing up. That was spooning him.
Steve's just looking around, excited to be here.
Steve would love to do anything with deli meat. Don't worry, he is on the same page. Promise you.
Same page, and I'll get finger guns.
Yeah, you know I'm the god of all horses?
That you're our horse right now. I understand that you're the god of all horses, but we still need your services. And your previous master guy said you got to help.
I'm gonna look over at Argyle and see if he's like sitting in the corner sharpening a knife.
He's stayed up all night staring daggers.
Yeah, I was gonna say he never went to sleep. He just hovered over Slate.
There's a whole thing of coffee in front of him.
Like right here.
Yeah.
The whole time.
If Steve wasn't there was actually going to be some shenanigans, possibly.
Oh God.
It's an aggressive neigh. There.
God.
As Argyle is just staring, and they say, "Well, as you've all eaten and enjoyed, and it seems that we've got Steven and Neon both say it seems like we've got 2 new friends here, the Juicy Bros, as you call them. Maybe I'll get their names.
That's tall and that's short.
Oh, tall and short, and I see how you did that with their names being small and tall, the opposites.
No, that actually wasn't us. It just kind of happened. I don't.
Oh, see, I thought it was just.
us.
I thought it was just position, but
It's
never mind.
fine. Let me lie about it. I'm good at deception. This is the one thing I can do. As a monk, I fail at all monk things, but I'm good at lying.
And what is Steve
That's what you
Roman's sleight of
believe.
handing?
Steve is going to wait for everyone to get distracted, or he thinks everyone's distracted based on this roll. And he's just slowly pulling the Let's Get Weird shirt out of the trash, rolling it up, and putting it in his travel pack.
But as you're
I
doing
notice
it,
even
literally,
with
it's
passive
like,
perception, I say nothing. Nothing. I'm loving it.
well, your passive perception is a 10. So he rolls a 6 on a sleight of hand, which means the minute you go to open the bin, it's one of those step-on bins.
Yeah,
The top slams up. And
Yeah. And I'm gonna look around like side to side, like clearly nobody heard that, even though everyone's staring at me, and pull it out and roll it up and put it in my bag.
Oh, I'm totally eating my breakfast sandwich.
Yeah, just eating my bacon with Eugene still attached.
Eugene's just hanging.
Yeah, he's just chilling there now, and you're like,
I'll not let go.
So as you guys get it together and start getting ready and arming up, we have what's it called? We have both Neon and Steven, who both give you each a hug and say safe travels on your journey. When we reach Sending Stone Media, we'll come contact you again, and we'll see what new messages come about. And who knows, maybe they send new items or send new stuff that you may want to buy.
As we're hugging, giving our goodbyes or whatever. I'm hugging Neon, and I'm gonna whisper in his ear, just consider this my formal application for best man, okay, buddy? And I'll give him a big pat on the back.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I mean, does he have any better friends? I'm gonna look around. I don't think.
Roll an insight.
I don't think he's got a lot of options.
Yeah.
Roll an insight.
Roll an insight.
Well,
we're technically each gonna have a best man. So,
Steve's feeling pretty insightful.
You got a 2-shot there.
15. Wow. So you roll a 15. He you can tell he's a little off-put by the idea. Doesn't know how to take it in and is not too excited about it. He's just being
That could be a great best man. He's never seen my best man skills.
I'm gonna hug them both and then give them each one of my darts. So I now only have 8 and be like, look, guys, I know it's not a dagger and I know it's not space, time tearing, whatever, but both of these helped me get through some tough times with the character assassination rats. So I hope you guys won't throw them at each other, but you will use them in ways that help your relationship. And I'll hug them both at the same time. Say you guys are the best. I appreciate everything you guys have done, and I hope this isn't the last time I see you.
I hope so too, Brogan Naked Eye. Let it be known, someday we will see you again in the future. As soon as we get in contact with Sending Stone Media, we'll be coming to find you. As you just step in the background waving your hands.
Yeah, I'm just like, woo! Yeah, this is a thing sometime in the future. And like, It literally cuts to a scene of like Doc Brown and Marty talking, and I'm like, oh, that's great, yeah.
Hugs. Steven comes up, hugs Carl, and Neon comes and hugs Carl, and says, "I will see you when the mothership. I mean, when I get in contact, not the mothership. When we get in contact with Sending Stone Media, yeah.
Maybe
As they
that's what
take
they
out
meant.
tinfoil
I don't
hats.
know.
The whole
He's
time.
Neon. Maybe he's an alien. We don't
Yeah,
know.
we didn't know. As Neon says, we'll get in contact with you when we get in touch with Sending Stone Media. Which again, apparently you have a contract with that you didn't know about. So
How come with
Yeah, I
two
need
guys
to get a
it's
lawyer
a
on that.
fathership?
Steve wants to know when they're going to open the portal. Are we getting this show on the road?
and they look and they're like, Steve, manners. And they go to give Zari a hug and then scratch the AAA on the head and immediately say, Zari, sorry about this morning. We didn't mean to draw weapons on you.
It's all right. I woke up panicked. It's good. And Zari will pull out 2 gems from her bag. She has like $7,000 worth of gems. So I don't know how much these gems cost, but she will pull out 2 and go, little something to help with the wedding.
Oh, fantastic. We can use all the help we get, given that we're living in an interdimensional space right now, waiting on our overlords to tell us what to do next. So every little bit helps for a new couple starting out.
Oh, so are we giving them our wedding gifts now? Is that what's
Once
happening?
they say overlords, I immediately give them the what?
Well,
And the who? Kind of
Steve.
thing.
with Sending Stone Media, right? I mean, they own all of our property rights, our acting, everything we do on screen. They can direct us as our bosses. I mean, they own the police department. They own.
Yeah, they do.
I start sweating, and I'm like, I signed up to be a PI. That's great. Can you open the portal? I think I'm gonna have a panic attack.
As you the poor. Oh,
Do
this
something
is
real
sure.
quick.
Neon snaps his fingers, points. What was that?
Sorry, Carl wanted to say something real quick.
Yeah, what did Carl say?
She's gonna tug on Neon and Steven's pants and just be like, if you need someone to do the wedding, like I am officially certified to be, I forgot what the word is called.
A
Like
wedding
do the
planner?
like a dearly beloved, like the
Officiant.
Officiant or something
officiant.
like that?
I can officiate the wedding. She's technically certified.
Well, when Sending Stone Media allows us to set a date, maybe you can officiate it, and it'll be on camera, which will give us a little extra funding. So
yeah.
Well, when they do, we'll all show up. We can make it, a full round show. It'll be a good time.
Season finale with the wedding.
A reunion show.
It would be a reunion show. It would be. It would definitely be an excellent adventure. Neon says.
I stare directly into the stone, and I'm like, it's a callback episode. You're doing it. You're doing it. Help these 2 men out.
This wedding.
I'm gonna say let's get these 2 wild stallions up and get the horses ready to go.
Let's get these 2 wild stallions up. As Neon snaps his fingers, and all of a sudden you see a tear in space and time, and you look out, and it's now daytime out in front of you. You're not only seeing the snow, you're seeing long tufts of fur that are about 4 feet, 3 feet tall. Like if Carl walks into this, she has 3/4 cover kind of a thing as she walks through it.
Steve is literally gonna rip the shirt off his chest, a la Hulk Hogan, and he's gonna take the bag of gym dust that he's got, shove his face into it, take a huge snort, pull his battle axe out, and leap through this portal.
As you leap through, you find
Steve,
yourself.
You haven't had a shirt in weeks because you've never opened your bag. You ripped the same shirt 5 times.
Now I don't have to do laundry. That's the point. This thing was in tatters. I got rid of it.
So you ripped an invisible shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, just tore chest hair out.
He ripped a single piece of clothing that covered his nipples.
Yeah.
That's all he did.
He essentially ripped off a sensor bar. Just
That's actually what I do. The sensor bar they've been using to cover my nipples, I just toss it aside.
Clink, clink, clink. It just lands like a piece of crap.
All the guys at Sending Stone Media are trying to figure out how I just reach through a dimension to get rid of a sensor bar.
That's Odin, 4th dimensionally. He helped you out. You pulled the sensor bar off.
You hear in your head, 4-dimensional chess, Steve. dimensional chess.
But anyway, I'm all hopped up on this gym gear now, jumping through this portal.
As you
Mountain
jump
Dew.
in, you find you're on the back towards the tail of Fenrar the wolf, and all of you are looking out and see Steve jump out. Do you jump out after him?
Oh shit, Steve, I'm coming.
Jump out, do a roll, land, and you are about there's about 3.5 to 4 feet of fur up on your legs now as you are on the back of this wolf. Zari and Carl, what do you do?
Cast invisibility on myself and jump.
Very nice. As you cast invisibility on yourself, jump and roll. You go invisible. Everything you are wearing or holding goes invisible as you jump through. And Carl,
Can Zari hold me? So you said anything she's holding becomes
well,
invisible. Can you hold me?
let me double check it because I want
Please
to.
hold me.
I don't think it allows for it, but anything the target is wearing or
No.
carrying. Oh, not holding, wearing or carrying. Well, you could be carrying.
Okay.
I mean,
Sit
I mean, I
in your
could have her
backpack.
on my back.
You
I
could
could have her
have-
on my back or shoulders.
you technically could have her on your back and go invisible, which would work. So as you jump through, all of a sudden, I will ask you to make a dexterity saving throw as you do, because you do have someone on your back, and this is not something that Zari does often.
Yeah, that's fair. That is
Yeah,
100%
or an
fair.
acrobatics. You can either do one, acrobatics or a dexterity saving throw. I think you have the same mod on both, so.
Yeah, same mod, doesn't matter.
A5, as you fall forward, smack on your face, and Carl just rolls off of your shoulders, no longer invisible.
Can I
Okay.
as a reaction try to catch Carl so she doesn't fall off the wolf?
Yes, give me an acrobatics or athletics.
Hey, those are things I can kind of do. Nope, not when I roll a 2.
Oh,
Hey,
See
triple A,
Carl
triple A.
hanging off the
Triple A.
side of the wolf, on grabbing onto the tufts of hair as you are now hanging off the side of the wolf, and it's about 35, 40 feet wide on top. So like you're now hanging.
No, Eugene's mom. I mean Carl. Come back.
Thanks.
You guys are able to run over and grab and pick her up. But one thing that does start to happen is this wolf notices you are up there, and you hear the bellowing growl of like being inside of a machine that is 40 or 50 times size bigger than you while you are in the bowels of a machine. Roof, roof, and it howls as you look down below you, Carl, as you're hanging, and you see Steve and Brogan pulling you up. You look down and you see that there are now wolves climbing up the fur legs of Fenrir.
to be clear, Steve is absolutely not helping. He's got a red solo cup. He's one man on a mission, and he is running for the head of this
Yeah, are
thing.
you just holding the red solo cup in front of you?
Yeah,
and
that's
acting
all I've
your
got. It's just you
backhand?
just see like his fat form running as fast as he can through the bushes of hair, I guess.
Steve,
And-
scratch his ears. Scratch his ears.
I'm on it. I'm gonna say you hear it like gets carried off into the wind.
And as it gets carried off in the wind, I would like to think also for the viewers at home on Sending Stone Media, they're seeing a sensor bar just following your body as you're moving too fast.
It's not keeping up. Yeah, it's trying
to he's got one nip hanging out and like the other one's covered, and he's just like, I'm doing my best here.
It just keeps moving up and down and side to side as you're just going. Like it's so unnatural the movements you're making. As Carl starts getting picked up, you see this. Steve, you're about we're gonna say about 30 feet in front of the whole party. As Carl gets
Sure.
picked up to your feet, you see that there are wolves 35, 40 feet below you. I would like each of you to roll into initiative now that we are in initiative order.
No,
Oh, boy.
I'm having fun. I'm doing nice things.
You're like, why do I have to fight?
I'm being a good person.
Initiative. Where are you? Right there. Oh, Steve.
I do want to say
Steve,
that when
coming
Carl
up.
fell, it was like a bad soap opera. If anyone's seen these bad Hindi soap operas, like one lady got slapped and she swirls around like this and somehow hangs herself by a curtain.
Like a Bollywood
Like it's a
style,
really
like-
bad fall. It's like
Yeah. You get slapped and it's like 10 dramatic extra motions that you do.
Yeah.
Love it. As you start falling dramatically, get picked up by Brogan, and we now enter into combat. And you've got about 120 feet to the front of this wolf, Carl. You see Steve, who's 30 feet ahead of you, and you see 60 feet below you are wolves now who are climbing up the legs of Fenrir.
Okay. I'm gonna move. I think my distance is 30 feet. No, my speed's 25 feet. Wow, I'm really slow. I'm gonna move 25 feet, and I'm gonna take 2 shots at a wolf down below. Just try to level them out.
Can I
Fine.
actually give my bonus action because I'm helping her up and like toss her if she wants to do something else?
If you want to do like a sick flip in the air,
Does
I'm
that
gonna
work
land on
for
my head or
you,
something.
Carl? I mean, if it
I'm just
doesn't, you
worried
don't have
about.
to.
yeah, you can use your
I'm just
reaction
worried
to do it
about.
if you want.
I'm just worried about falling and landing, because
That is
my
something you would have to
athletic.
roll for.
Yeah,
Up
Up
to
to
my
you.
you.
athletics is +3.
Do you want the
Sure.
the
We
cool
do it for
points?
flavor. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna get weird.
As you toss him up in the air, all of a sudden, or you toss her up in the air. Carl, roll me in acrobatics to see what it looks like.
Oh God, I want it to be awesome. Come on.
Yeah.
I got +3.
A crit failure as you land back down. See, there is no necessarily jump specifically for flavor in this context here. As you land right back down, gun in one hand, as you're holding onto the tufts with the other, now you get to shoot at the wolves.
But now you're shooting at its
Carl
butt
should
instead of its
shoot up in
face.
the air, and I think Carl should just have her feet on the ground at all times. Clearly, her being anywhere above that is not great.
I'm sorry, I tried.
It's
As
okay.
you are hanging off
I
the side
just
of this
I
wolf.
thought it would be okay.
We
All
all
right.
thought it would be
And I
okay.
said no. I said no.
A 10 to hit, you find that the bullet goes wide. And I think now that you're
Yeah.
level 5, you have 2 shots plus a possible bonus.
Yes, so I can do again. Yeah,
22
22.
hits for 10 piercing. Very nice.
And I want to save my action surge because we are on a giant wolf.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm all set.
Awesome. As this hits one of the wolves that's climbing up, one of the closest ones, it was probably about 40 or so, 50 feet below you. As you shoot down, it hits the wolf right in the shoulder, and the wolf flies off the back leg of Fenrir, with
Cool.
more wolves starting to take its place as they start to climb up.
God, it's like ants.
Steve, you are now running across the top of Fenrir, and you have 90 feet till you can reach its head.
Okay. Steve's whole turn takes place from the editing booth of Sending Stone Media, where they have put Chariots of Fire, the song, like over me slow motion running as I'm just and like I'm sweating. I'm out of breath. I'm 10 steps into this. I'm completely out of breath, obviously. Sweat pouring down with this red solo cup held out in front of me. And I'm just going to run and then double run. So
Very
I'm going to
nice.
go 80 feet towards this thing's head. I'm
As you,
assuming like I'm at the base of its neck now.
yeah,
or
you're at the
something.
base of its neck, and you see towering above your head is 20-foot tall ears,
Yeah.
and this neck comes up with the head that comes up 20 feet essentially. As you
Sure.
hear the breathing in its neck below you.
Yeah.
Very nice. Zari, you are
Oh,
invisible.
I'll bonus action rage too,
Oh,
just
you
in
can bonus
case I
action
need it.
rage. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you might lose the rage
Why?
because you
If
don't
you don't
attack.
take damage.
If you
Oh,
don't attack or you're not
Yeah.
attacked, you then
All right,
have
so
to
never
make
mind. Never
a
mind. We'll hold
con
off on it
saving
then.
throw.
We'll
Gotcha.
wait.
Yeah, better that.
I'll just
Yeah.
mumble. I'll just mumble something about doing this for family, so that the axe lights up for the crowd.
Very nice. As
Yeah.
you do hear one or two wolves going "oh" as soon as they see it. They're fans. They're fans. Zari, you are up.
Ari's going to. She's still invisible, so she is going. She sees Steve running away from the group, and it's just like, I'm going to help him. Don't die, and to start chasing after him.
Very nice.
A double dash.
You double dash, awesome. And you hear everyone would hear a disembodied voice because you wouldn't see her. Just yell, "Don't die!" as you see the hair on the back of this wolf splitting, like as it's moving side to side. It's almost like she's trudging through a dense forest jungle, but it's all of fur as she's running across the back.
I'm thinking
and you
like
get-
African plain with tall grass and just
Yeah. But it's just an invisible figure.
A bonus action I would, before I left, I would have commanded AAA to help them deal with the wolves.
Okay. So if any wolf gets up, he'd be the one attacking first?
Okay. He He would attack us.
Very nice. We have a wolf coming up the behind leg. You guys are on the leg with Carl, as there is one now coming up from the other side and is about to reach, and it lands right next to you, Brogan. It's up top. It took all of its movement to climb up to the back of Fenrir. So if you want to think about it, if we were standing on the back of Fenrir, looking at the front, in a line from left to right, we would see like Winter Wolf, we would see Brogan, and then we'd see hanging Carl off the right side, kind of a thing.
Perfect.
In that kind of, and then ahead of you guys, if we were to 3-dimension it, it would be Zari and then Steve at the head.
Perfect.
So the Winter Wolf
Triple A is by them.
and AAA is standing. AAA does get to bite. Yeah, so AAA right in front of Brogan just goes and nips at this wolf. So let's see the damage.
Okay. +7, so 14.
14 hits, because these are 13 AC, as these Winter Wolves are going.
Thank God. And then 1d8 +3. 7.
7 damage, as this wolf takes 7 damage, and it looks pretty bloody right now. Very nice. And Carl, Brogan, you are up.
As I look down the leg, how many other wolves are down there?
You see that there's like wolves now climbing up these legs on all 4 legs to try and get up. Like it's now, as you're looking around, there's probably about 6 or 7 wolves now that are now trying to climb up to this position.
What I'm really wondering is that is Carl still on that same leg?
Yeah, Carl's still on the right leg, which is going to be possibly a problem in a turn or 2 if she doesn't get up.
I was going to use the breath weapon to roll down there, but instead, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do something weird and non-combat related. We're going to have some fun. It is standard. We are going to roll to flurry of blows the closest wolf to Carl.
Okay, so you're going to have to attack it first. And then the closest wolf to Carl is going to be probably about 40 feet below Carl. You can drop down and try and grab onto the wolf, onto the leg as it's moving if you want.
That doesn't bother me because with my extra movement as a monk, I can do that as a normal action.
Okay, yeah, because you're kind of going over the edge, kind of like you can do like a cool flip over Carl or something like that, and then like slide down the leg by holding onto the hair to attack it.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
That's what I do. And like I'm hanging on with one thing, and I'm gonna give it the old scissor kick attack with flurry of blows.
Fantastic. Almost the same flagpole that you and Steven Seagal did that one time together.
Exactly. That's what I want.
I love it.
So my 3 attacks are 1, 2, and 3.
The 15 and the 15 hit, as it's 9 and 8. So that is 8. So immediately your first kick on the one that's climbing immediately kicks it right off of the leg, and you're near the knee joint, and it drops the wolf 20 feet as Fenrir is running. It gets taken by the herd and trampled, and you see that there is one more right under it, ready to climb up.
Which obviously
is the next hit.
Yep, and then what I am going to do is what I did this for a reason. I'm going to use drunken technique. At 3rd level, you learn how to hold on. I will post it. You learn how to turn quickly as part of your flurry of blows. Whenever you use that, you gain the benefit of the disengage action, and your speed increases by an additional 10 feet until the end of turn. So what I will do with that is I will attempt to scoop up Carl and then run the rest of the wolf leg up.
Very nice, and you're able to get up to the top. Awesome. Which brings you right up to the top, where you're staring at one wolf, essentially on the top of Fenrir, who's up there. Very nice.
But now with drunken technique, Carl is safe, and that is all we needed.
Yeah, that is true. After a very large flip, it worked, and now you're back up on your own feet, Carl, with a AAA in front of you, and then a wolf right next to him.
Okay. I'm gonna shoot at the wolf that's right there.
Very nice.
Actually, first I would like to say, sun's out, guns out.
Beautiful. Everyone starts clapping, including you hear pause down below you. As everyone's very excited.
We like that.
Sailor Moon transformation.
zinc nose, yellow tank top. It's glorious what happens. Spray tan. Your hair is now slicked back. It's beautiful what happens. You smell like
I forget
Malibu
about the
coconut
tank top
rum.
every time.
Oh, it's amazing. As this gun becomes a repeating shot that you no longer have to worry about reload, it'll give you 3 shots per turn, essentially.
Cool. Okay. So I'm going to take my first shot at the wolf. Damn it.
Ooh. The 7 misses. Yeah, your 7 misses.
I shoot
That's
myself in the foot.
yeah.
Wait. Hold up. Halfling luck on a 1. Doesn't she get a reroll?
You can try and reroll with your halfling luck. You can do it once per long rest.
I forgot about that.
I didn't. I got you.
An 8.
Hey, that's still not a 1, which means it doesn't make you
One more.
misfire, which is what happens with guns.
Yeah, you
So
would have
that's still a
misfired
win.
and then had to repair. So taking a turn to repair. So that was an 8, your first shot as the bullet goes wide. Second shot,
I'm here for you, Carl. I'm here for you.
Let's try this again.
22 hits for 5 as it hits the wolf who's already been damaged. Anything else you do on this shot, or going right to the third?
My third one, I would like to shoot Fenrir in the butt.
Very nice. Okay, you are now going to shoot Fenrir in the butt. It is not hard to hit this target. It is literally shooting the ground. So roll for
You're
it.
not
Please don't
helping
get
the
a
ear
one.
scratching strategy.
Yeah, as you shoot Fenrir in the butt, he is you all of a sudden almost just feel a shake. I need everyone to roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Can I use athletics to hold on? Do I have to? Do
You can
anything?
use athletics, but I think if it comes to a dexterity save, you have advantage.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
Zarya,
Because I
15
wanted to
your
use the
save.
grip point. Do like a
15's
dazing
okay.
shot so that it gets confused.
Oh, so read me the stats on the dazing shot of what needs to happen. I need to roll something 13, right?
You mean his butt is
Uh,
confused, so he shakes it?
Yeah.
It says, let me post it real quick.
So
But it says,
dazing shot. When you make a firearm attack against a creature, you can expend 1 grit point to attempt to dizzy your opponent. On a hit, the creature suffers normal damage and must make a Constitution saving throw or suffer disadvantage on attacks until the end of each turn. So I'm gonna roll a d20 real quick. It's plus 12, so he needs to roll a 1, I think. Nope, passes. Sorry, you're shooting essentially a deity in the butt and then hoping it dazes. It was a good try. It was a good try. Also, your dexterity saving throw, Carl, was a good try, but you fall prone and start sliding back down the back of the wolf again as you are now holding
I'm
on
not on the
to
ground,
the hair
man.
of
I'm
this
not even on the ground. I'm on a wolf.
this
Can I acrobatics to try to catch her?
You know what? You can try an athletics or acrobatics as your reaction, but you'll be using your reaction up. We can try.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I'm not gonna get to block anything or do anything fancy, but maybe I'll catch. Nope.
You would have had to have beaten a 12, and it does not
Yeah.
do it.
With a +5, that's only like a 65-70% chance success, right? But no, we don't do that here.
Yeah,
I
we
can't
don't
No,
make
we
those
do
rolls. You
not.
do have inspiration if you want to use it on this, but
You know what? Let's spend the D6. We
yep,
only need a 4 or higher. That's a 50-50.
yep.
Let's get weird. Let's see
Or
if we
higher.
get there.
Let's get weird.
Oh, we do!
A 5
Yeah, that's why we
as
get weird in here.
she's about to fall down the side of the wolf, and you reach your arm out again, and she gives you the predator handshake grab as you are grabbing forearms and you are pulling her back up to her feet. Um,
Straight hobbit and dwarf handshakes, and I got her.
it's awesome. And you are
We need
back
to get
up
on
on
the
your
ground
feet.
soon. I can't do this again.
Also, with an 8, no, you were fine, Brogan, because I think you have advantage on Dex. Do you have advantage on Dex, Brogan?
I do, sir.
Then yeah, you
Strength
have
and
advantage
dex.
on Dex. I thought so. Being a monk, it's like most saves, you are fine. Anyway,
True.
so Carl, you are able to sink some shots around. Steve, you are now up at the face of this beast.
All right, I'm going to cover the last 20 feet to this thing's ear and, like, full hearted with both hands, start to scratch its ear and say into its ear, "Who's a good boy?"
Very nice. And as you do so, it feels interesting as this thing is shaking right now. And you feel it's almost like its tail start wagging. But here's the weird thing. It hears your voice in its ear. It almost like give me a quick perception.
Uh-oh.
Odin, come through.
Well,
the
whatever it
headset.
is, I know it.
He hears Odin's voice on the wind
Oh,
that your voice
yeah.
pulls
Yes.
out.
Old
Oh.
man with the group call.
And
That's what I'm saying. He never hung up. He's too old.
On
he
speakerphone.
hears
He's
you.
eating that cornbread.
He starts to move his head to the side. You see the tongue go out and he starts to move slightly slower. And as the pack of wolves keep moving, you see that wolves are still running up the legs of the sides. But all of a sudden, Fenrir comes to a stop, and you are able to make him come to a stop.
So I'm gonna look back because I'm dumbfounded that this just happened at the group. Like, okay, I don't. Do I have any move? Like, is it his mouth open? Is he panting?
His mouth is slightly open. He is
Tongue's out.
panting, and he is starting to move his head in a way that would look back towards you in a way. Like it's almost
So
like
Hold the
could I
solo
like
cup
could
out.
I try to climb over and just solo cup a little drool out of there?
I would say give me a athletics or acrobatics.
Oh, come on,
Here
come
we
on,
go.
Steve.
This is
Come
the
on,
roll,
Steve. This is what
Steve.
you do.
This is what you do, you
Do you have
animal.
any advantage on an athletics or acrobatics by
So
chance?
I other than I sniffed a bunch of steroids before we started this.
True, you did sniff a bunch of
You
steroids.
did.
I will give you this athletics at advantage with a 25. As you
All right.
grab
Makes his
on, you
gains
are
low, but
perfectly
it
holding
makes
on
his
to
other
it.
stuff good.
Describe to me how you're climbing out to his face to do so, because we're
All
talking
right,
about a
so because
25-foot kind of.
wolves have that like tuft that comes out here right by
Yeah.
their chin. I'm gonna grab a
Mhm.
big handful of that, swing over, and try to like scoop up some drool, and then have the momentum carry me back behind his
And
ears.
you scoop up a bit of drool as it is panting. And as you scoop up a bit of drool as it is panting, and you start to swing back, and we get to Zari's turn as you are starting to swing back.
Excellent. Steve is looking so majestic right now, shirtless, sensor bar failing to keep up in the wind.
Is Meat Deli Tarzan?
Exactly.
Listen, I
Do
don't want to hear a Jersey Shore cowgirl.
do I have enough movement to get up to Fenrir's ear?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to get up to his ear, and I'm going to start magical tinkering and make it feel like scratching. And you know the ear hair near the dog's ear?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm going magical tinker it, and it just say, "Who's a good boy?" on repeat.
Oh my gosh. Okay, and roll me a I would say a either a persuasion or a deception. Or an animal handling. I mean, this could go anyway, really.
They're all the same, so
There we go.
let's do persuasion. No.
And it's not working the way you would like per se.
Who's a big turd? Who's a big turd?
That's what he's really hearing. What does AAA do right now?
Triple A, since I'm not there, he's just going to refollow the old command I gave him and just attack whatever wolf comes
There's
up.
that wolf that's still up on top. And so he can still do it. And that'll hit.
8 plus
with his
7.
Yep. So that's going to be a 15 to hit, which hits for a 3 plus
6
what,
points
5?
of force.
Very
3.
nice. As the
6
wolf
points.
gets bit and knocked off the top of Fenrir, there are more moving into the trying to climb up the legs that were still at the bottom. There's about 4 more of them. But one thing you do notice is as that kind of went amiss in its ear, the magical tinkering, Steve, I'm going to need you to roll me one more saving
Come on,
throw.
Steve.
This is going to be a strength saving. Oh, and athletics is fine. I think your strength saving would be the same as your athletics mod, right?
Yeah, it's 7. They're both 7.
7? Awesome. You roll an 11. I'm going to roll something. This is a plus 9. Okay. Steve, you find yourself getting flung into the air. as you lose your grip on the tuft of hair. What the problem that happened was the momentum flying back was around the same time that this magical tinkering. He was like, "This is fucking BS. I'm not a good boy. I'm Fenrir." That kind of a feeling, as Zari was not as convincing as we had hoped. You get flung up into the air, and as you would get flung up into the air, you look below you, and you see that he has now opened his mouth and is about to eat you. As you have a
Oh, dude,
solo
I'll Jonah this. You think I won't Jonah this right now?
well, I'm going to give you an option for what you would like to try and do before.
So how big is this mouth? Like, how
This
big is
mouth
his
is
throat?
opening about, it's now at about 10 foot by 10 foot kind of section.
Okay, yeah. Steve pulls his battle axe and he's diving in.
Very nice. As Steve dives in to the mouth of Fenrir.
Wait. Who's next on the action? Is it me?
It would be you.
No. F that.
Hey, this is my moment. You stop.
I'm not giving it to you.
You guys have fought this the whole
With
way,
my
all of you.
insane movement and save of Zari, I immediately run to Steve to catch him, and with my acrobatics,
He's already in the mouth. That's what you're looking at. Like, you see this mouth is
I don't
open.
care. I'll dive in with him and save him. It don't matter.
Okay, so you've got 90 feet that you need to make to the head, another 20 to make it to the mouth. I want you to make it, but Steve's literally at the back of the tug now, sliding down, axe up and ready. Like, you let me know what this looks like, and we can try and make it happen.
I got unarmored movement and slow fall. We're about to get weird. All right. So I beeline to Steve, and this is what I want to happen.
Okay.
So as I dive over the mouth, what I would like to happen is I grab Steve and I throw him over me. And I will make acrobatics and athletics.
I want
because
an acrobatics and an athletics. I want
mouth.
one of each, and to see if, because he's below you, so literally, like, you're diving in to grab him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So we acrobatics.
Acrobatics. It's gonna get you in the mouth without getting hurt. Let's see if
Steve
you
is
can
slick
athletics
with
him up.
sweat and shirtless. Let's keep that in mind.
Yeah. Like,
Oh yeah,
he is greased like a pig.
sad. We're sad, but
on
you
this-
know what? We're gonna throw strength too to hoist you out of here. We give it
This
our
is
best
not,
shot.
a 14 is not going to pull the likes of Steve out of the mouth. What it will do is
You
put
tried
you
real
at
hard.
the same position as Steve, as you are now on equal level playing field, eye to eye, as you get swallowed into the mouth of Fenrir.
Yeah.
And that is where we end today.
Damn it, Steve.
What is happening?
Carl, you get out of here. I saved you 3 times this one session.
Did you guys not see Pinocchio? This all works out.
If we get
Look.
shit out of here, I'm gonna kill you. No, I'm
Wait to
kidding.
see how Fenrir does when I give him the acid breath in the butthole. We're gonna
Dude,
make it out.
he's about to have the worst case of Steve-related indigestion he's ever had.
Now, if you would like, I would like each of you to roll a dice. Roll me a d20. The lowest one is going to be the first one to go in the confession booth.
Oh, can I volunteer to go first?
You can volunteer.
Yeah, I'd like to go first.
Well, I rolled a 1, so yeah, you better
You have to
volunteer. 'Cause if not, it's gonna be
with
me.
the natural one roller. So,
Okay.
Brogan, do you let Steve go first? Or did you go first?
Yeah, absolutely. Let
All
him
right,
go.
Steve, you are first up in the confession booth. As you walk
All
into
right,
the
so
confession booth.
somehow one of these cameras made it into the maw with me. It's like dark, and Steve's like doing like a Blair Witch Project style thing. Like he's all sweaty and he's just breathing heavy in front of the camera. He's like, "Boy, that escalated quickly. I don't know exactly what we're gonna do from here." I'll be honest, I didn't think it through. Brogan, I think, is in here somewhere. I'm gonna yell out Brogan's name, and it like kind of echoes a little bit from inside the wolf. I'm gonna say, anyway, we're gonna get this figured out. You guys don't worry, okay? And then I'm gonna put the sending stone away.
Very nice. As you're going to put the setting stone away, Blair Witch kind of like you see the feet of Brogan walking behind you. Like, it's just the feet, so it's just creepy enough. Very nice.
Perfect.
Next would be Brogan, as you are now in the confession.
All right, so I try to better the lives of some volunteers. I wish the best of my friends, and you know, here we are. So like like I said this morning when I woke up crying, typical Monday. This is this is how we do, and yeah. So yeah, good things. I'm gonna reach into my flask that still has booze in it and just go hard on the fire giant booze
Yeah.
to end
As
it
you're
out.
like you're covered in drool, like you're covered in, wolf drool kind of a thing. So
Yeah, as I finish the bottle, I'm going to hold it out for the drool. I'm like, in case I live, there we go. There's no vial of drool.
there's your vial of drool. Yeah, take it, go for it. Fine, you got it. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Now next we have Carlotta Tea Leaf in the confession booth.
Carl's gonna sit down and be like, it's crazy, man. Like, first we heard about engagement, and then there were juicy boys, and then we were on a wolf, and then Steve and Brogan were in the wolf, and then Brogan keeps saying it's a typical Monday, but today it's literally Thursday, so I don't know what's going on.
I love it.
And then she's just gonna it's gonna be like found footage almost, because because she's like by herself now. She's all by herself on the butt of Fenrir, so she's just holding it like this, and Triple A is
Triple A.
barking in the background, and she's like,
You're seeing wolves that
"Show
are now
my
climbing up.
dogs.
Yeah. Love it.
I need to be on ground. I can't do this."
Yeah. Halflings are not supposed to be on elevated positions, it seems.
Oh,
Now, next we have Zari in the confession booth.
Zari is still currently invisible.
So we don't see anything in the confession
No,
booth.
you just hear, damn, the two idiots got swallowed. Well, and then you see whatever couch there was or cushion, you just see the indent rise up as she stands up and walks away.
Oh, very nice. As the door just opens and closes itself.
Yeah.
I love it. As all of a sudden, the camera pans over to a confession booth where you now see Steven Seagal and Neon both sitting on the couch, ready to make their confession, and that is where we end today. Very nice, guys. Thank you for everything. You guys did a great job. I really, I'm always amazed at what you guys can do in this game with me. I was exhausted from Dragon Con and a week of Dragon Con. And anyone who was there or had picked up and watched the show, thank you for coming from Dragon Con and watching this now. I know you're just as exhausted as I am. So, anything you guys want to shout out, or anyone you want to shout out?
Thanks for watching, guys, and putting up with the weird and wild directions we take this. We appreciate it. We know this is not your normal D&D game, but we have a lot of fun, and we hope you guys are having a lot of fun watching.
Mm-hmm.
Double that, triple that, quadruple that.
Yeah, I will say everyone plays a serious game. We like to have fun and joke around a little bit, and I mean I think that's something that is sorely underrated in D&D. There's nothing worse than or nothing better, I should say, than busting your sides, laughing, having a good time with your friends. So
100%.
hopefully you guys have as much fun as we do.
it's literally the highlight of my week, coming and doing
Aw.
this.
Well, thank you. It's an amazing cast. You guys make my week. And I hope we make your weeks, guys. Thank you all for viewing. You can check us out on YouTube by the end of Wednesday night. Generally, we have everything posted. Same as Spotify. Check our Twitch, and if you end up retweeting anything on Twitter that we've done, please message us. We'd love to give you a shout out, and thank you for doing it. It's something that means a lot to us. So. Without further ado, we will see you next Tuesday at 7 p.m. for Sleuths in Ysgard. Enjoy your night. Thanks, guys.